Hello again, folks, and welcome back to Let's Play Outer Worlds. I'm your Game Master Darius. Last we left off, we had but one course of action that we really need to take now. And it's going to be breaking Phineas out of Tartarus.
Welcome back, Captain.
Ada.
How can I be of assistance?
I guess nothing else. To Tartarus. Still amazed that Typhoon and Hephaestus aren't a thing, though. Named after its hellish atmosphere, Tartarus is where the board maintains the maximum security penal complex known as the Labyrinth. You're about to assault the Labyrinth on Tartarus and determine the fate of the Halcyon colony. Saves made after this point can only finish the main story on Tartarus. Side quests and downloaded content, such as Paralon Gorgon or Murder on Irdanos, oh, that explains why we can't. Yeah. Will be unavailable from any save points made beyond this point. If there's anything you want to do before you enter the prison, do it now, before you cross the point of no return. Would you like to save? Yes.
I am pleased to inform you that we have arrived at the Labyrinth. Please be advised that the punishment for trespassing is execution. Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus make departure impossible at this time.
Anything useful?
Resident count is as follows: 3,071. Resident deaths, including but not limited to executions, are as follows: 1,684. Resident escapes are as follows: 0. The interior can be chilly. Take a scarf with you, Captain. I would also ask that you leave your captain's ID with me, in the event that you do not return.
Promise not to leave without me?
I can make the assurance that I will not leave with another captain, unless you do not return within 876,541,652 hours. Oh, speak of the devil. Captain, I am receiving a transmission from the prison's docking authority now.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security installation. Your presence here is an explicit violation of UDL corporate policy. You are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized, at which point your vessel will be seized and you will be executed.
Yeah, how long would that take?
I wager it'll take a bit longer than it takes you to lose your patience and storm out of your ship looking to get shot. To be honest, that'd make my job a lot easier. You come out, we shoot you full of holes, and then everyone goes about their day worry-free. Except you. You'll be dead.
If you're gonna just kill me, why bother with a ticket?
Protocol is important, sir. The sentencing of one crime does not preclude the sentencing of another, technically speaking. Tartarus Docking Authority signing up. Hang on. Looks like you're gonna have company at the execution. Another ship just pulled into your dock.
Oh?
Wait, is that from the groundbreaker? What the? Pay no mind to that. Just have a pleasant day.
Transmission terminated. How can I be of assistance?
From the groundbreaker?
I'll be here.
Oops, from the groundbreaker. Nah, we're good. I like my crew. Plasma weapons use high energy. It's interesting we're not getting shot. Oh well.
The captain did right by us once.
What was that?
Now
What's that noise?
the board
Hello.
will cover home
Oh.
groundbreaker. Not while I breathe.
What's that noise?
Push on, Mother.
What was that? What was that?
Oh. Gonna need more than his teeth to ID that person. Shut up, phone. Get him, Parv. I'm slightly lost. Who the hell are those folk? You know what? Not questioning it. Where's that robot?
Everybody, hold on!
Damn it, Parv.
Reloading!
These folks are... How did you... Mardettes? The hell are y'all doing here? Oh, sir.
Great work.
Why are the Mardettes here? What'd I do to help them?
Looks like we're doing this.
Seriously, why the hell are the Mardettes here? I ain't complaining. Damn it, phone. Ugh, might be something I need to check out. Hold on. Spoilers, it wasn't. Y'all ready for this? Ding 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 ding. That's not that far away. No, it just needs.
I got your back.
Do 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 do
No.
do do do.
Still got it.
Not that bad of a facility so far. Is it a labyrinth because all this goddamn trained? Oh, hi. Hello. Oh, jeez. Oh, shit. The hell was hitting me? Legit. What the hell was hitting me that just nuked my health? Still don't feel like I need... Oh, god damn it. Oh, all the way on the ground breaker? God damn it. Still, what the hell are Mardettes doing here?
The captain did right by us once.
What was that?
The board will never hold well. Not while I breathe. Push on, Mardet.
I still don't fully know what I did for the Mardettes to make them be all like, yay, they're my buddy. Oh, jeez. Alright. The hell is making them so goddamn strong? Yeah, we're doing fine now. Just need to rush forward. Make up for lost ground. Don't need to worry about all the people back up there that are probably going to kill us again. Right? Right. Let's quick save here.
Lead the way, boss. I got your back.
I'd say maybe we could sneak through, but... They even care as long as I don't, you know, cross the restricted access thing?
What? What was that? I love a good brawl.
The last of them. Keep him quiet, Cap.
Darn it. Damn pathways.
Heads up! No prisoners!
I love how he said no prisoners and yet he's running away like a bitch. Okay, it must be the robots that did that damage to me. I don't know how the hell that reached where it did. I'm complaining. Fine.
Incoming.
Always incoming. Never outgoing. Ladies, to the pit. So many dudes just trying to kill us. Not one actually trying to arrest us. Oh well. Really starting to wonder why the hell they called it the pit.
Here they come.
Oh, not the pit, the labyrinth. Oi, 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 oi. Gang, gang, oi, oi. For now. It's gonna be one of those moments where I feel like I have to quick save through the entire thing. Do I need to kill this guy over here? Probably not. Will I though? Because he who? Yes. In Hog S, possession of anti-UDL communications, starting violence. In reason, random selection. Ooh. Access storage manifest. Hibernation chamber, indoctrination pamphlets, forced pacification system refills, hibernation chambers. Analysis of the engineers Rodfield, Crane, and Geist. Beginning with the requirement that every chamber receive a constant supply of at minimum 34 kilowatts. That occupants of these chambers be injected with a steady supply of UDL's patented Vito hibernation fluid, and the run-on sentence carries on for 12 pages. Good lord. And thus, in order to maintain structural integrity throughout the area designated the pit, we recommend that chambers are installed with cylindrical fashion around a support structure dug into the crust of the Tartarus to the maximum depth of. This conclusion extends for another 2 pages. Jesus.
Imagine
Don't
being
get
locked up in a place like this. Just the weight of all that stone and steel.
Jesus.
Ugh, it's making me sick.
Don't worry, Parv. We won't be left in here unless we fail our mission, which we won't. I say so because I know so. Hi, folks. Mardat again? Damn. Oh wait, Stellar Bay. God damn, how many friends have we made? Didn't think I'd be, didn't think I was summoning recruits. Hello, sir. Goodbye, sir.
Everyone all right? Incoming!
Yeah, I saw that guy behind me. We're fine. This will be fine. We're fine. God, maybe they just call it the labyrinth because of all the goddamn boxes.
Here they come!
Rude. Oi. Oh, did you already take care of him? Nice. Unseal the door.
Well, look who it is. I'll be damned. I was prepping the studio for our announcement, and here you are as a bonus. And I see you've brought the kid along. Babysitters may be expensive, but they're worth it, you know.
Yeah, keep talking, pal. I'll just keep thinking of a place to bury your body.
I had heard you'd taken a mechanic under your wing. What's the matter, girl? Couldn't find actual employment?
The captain's treated me right. Better than any of you bored folk ever have. I'm exactly where I want to be.
When you go off and get yourself shot, Try to avoid taking one to the face. I'll want it recognizable to show to my citizens.
What's this announcement?
Haven't you heard? Phineas is working for us now. It took some doing, but employing an efficient management strategy, putting our guns to his head, seems to have done the trick.
I'll see for myself when I get to him. Damn, I was actually expecting a little bit more of the defense from him. You know, of course he is just carrying. Messages, cameras. Trying to get straight with Akande's orders. Only a few things more from my end, but I don't know what to do about cameras. She says security footage ain't enough. They want proper reels. What's going on? She's bringing in a VIP for internment. Security's ramping up too. Sorry for the inconvenience. It's a fine mess down here. Said something about recording an announcement. They're all overly excited. It's hush hush, but I guess this VIP's been on the run for a while. Bet the engineers have a few cameras. I'll see if I can track them down. Jim, appreciate it. You know her. We miss a check on this list. It's our heads. You have no idea how tough it is getting a fucking green tarp. Oh, they painted that shit. Pretty evenly, too. Citizens of Halcyon. You're all fucked because the board is fucked. Yeah, that feels about right. On we go. Later, nerds. Should be fun.
All right, MSI. I'm not one for rousing speeches, but the captain needs our help. So get in there and fight.
MSI? Hell yeah. Oh my god. Alright.
You, ain't feeling jittery, are you?
Nope.
Because I'm not.
Whatever comes of this, I'm just real glad to know you all.
Same, Parv. Same.
Captain, you have an uncanny talent for complicating my life. You've disrupted the balance of power. You've upset the natural order of things. You've introduced uncertainty, and there is nothing I despise more than uncertainty.
We're liberating Halcyon. There's not a damn thing you can do to stop us.
Do you imagine you're leading some grand revolutionary army? The iconoclasts and MSI have put aside their differences and attacked the prison together. I never imagined such a thing would be possible. But here we are. You're nothing but a rabble-rouser. I'm going to put an end to your little rebellion, and then I'm going to have you and your associates arrested.
Halcyon's changing. Boards can't control us forever.
The board is the only legitimate power in Halcyon. We are Halcyon. I admit I miscalculated the extent of your influence. The board's plan never accounted for you. This is a mistake I intend to correct. I have Dr. Wells in my custody. Once I've secured his cooperation, I can move forward with the program. I can repair the damage you've done. I can set things right.
Don't test me, Sophia. It's bad for your health.
I'm aware of your propensity for violence. Halcyon is a bloodier place because of you. I take no pleasure in this, you know. I simply have no other option. Leaving you alive is too great a risk. Goodbye, Captain.
Do your worst, psycho.
If you insist. This prison is equipped with an automechanical warden. I've had it programmed to eliminate you on sight and rinse your remains down a drain. And don't worry. I will inform Dr. Wells that you died heroically, or something.
Ooh. Boss fight? Oh. Look at that big guy. Please be called something like Ed 209. Oh, can't get it. On site, huh? Good thing I got two of the best buddies I could possibly ask for. Open fire! Damn it, drop kick.
Watch this! Now that was fun!
Yoink. Oh, dude, he had a lot of backup coming too. I'm just quick saving just so as I don't have to do that and not get obliterated. I pity any build that's not built around combat in this regard. Yeah, that fight was rather easy when you got a big hammer and two buddies that are really damn good at stunning shit.
Why won't you just die?
That's the last of him!
I love you both.
Yep.
Yoink.
Get me out of here!
I'm on it, buddy.
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You did the right thing. Akande was a monster. Her death was much deserved, and long overdue. And you lunatic, you broke into the board's own fortress just to rescue one doddering old man. You are absolutely out of your mind, and I can't begin to thank you enough.
Are you kidding? Board never stood a chance against me.
Ah, all in a day's work for you, huh? You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated.
I don't like the sound of that at all.
Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
Hold on, Doc. Are you telling me the Earth went dark 3 years ago, and the board's just been covering this up?
They've been incredibly effective at concealing the truth. Right now, the only people in the colony who know are standing in this room.
Jeez.
You mean we're all alone out here? Really alone?
I'm afraid so, Miss Holcomb. Halcyon is the only home we have left. Returning to Earth is no longer an option. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own.
Have a lot of work ahead of us. Let's get started.
Yes, we do. You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds, and then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time. We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend? Will you help us?
Man, I actually had a conversation akin to this earlier, yesterday while out with friends and whatnot. Because a lot of the time, other players will not know exactly what to do, what to ask, and whatnot. And sometimes I play non-charismatic characters a whole hell of a lot, primarily barbarians or low charisma clerics and the like. And I find myself, even with my low charisma shit, being the one taking charge and asking the questions or whatnot. Too real. You can count on me. I'll help you revive the other colonists.
When I revived you, I thought you were going to help me save this colony. I was wrong. I had our roles reversed, you see. You're the one who's going to save us all. I'm just the one who set you on your path. You're the best thing to ever happen to Halcyon. If you want to take it upon yourself to lead this colony, you have my support. We're not a colony any longer, are we? Our last connection to Earth has been severed, and so we have been set free. Our future is uncertain, and no one knows what tomorrow holds. Exciting, isn't it?
The OSI
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists: engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Between MSI's worker-centric policies and the iconoclast's manpower, Sanjar and Zora were able to rally many of the Terra 2 townships to their cause. MSI's workforce swelled, and the iconoclasts enjoyed a significant surge in their ranks. The board was too distracted by infighting and internal politics to stop MSI from becoming a powerful corporation and a refuge for townships that might have fallen through the cracks. Consumed by paranoia, Lilia Hagen took Sublight Salvage in a controversial direction, openly accusing board officials of an extraterrestrial conspiracy. One day, an accident at the Groundbreaker's docking bay silenced her forever. Time would tell if her replacement could keep the Sublight family together. The collapse of Edgewater left its workers bereft of any purpose in life. Most of them made their way to Adelaide Medevic's camp, hoping to ingratiate themselves into her favor. Adelaide accepted only a few to her community. The rest were turned away and likely died of starvation. Nevertheless, Adelaide's camp grew into a well-established town. Adelaide McDevitt refused to cooperate with the ongoing effort to save Halcyon from collapse. A sympathetic deserter stole a copy of her research and delivered it to the Hope's scientists. It is unclear how useful Adelaide's research was. An optimistic estimate suggests her work may have bought Halcyon another few years of survival. Adelaide would never know. She died that winter. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the Groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. Even the Gorgon asteroid, though a distant enigma to most of Halcyon, felt the aftershocks of your actions. The destroyed adrenatime synthesizer became a symbol of the board's cruelty and a rallying point for Wells and his scientists as they sought to build a more humane, ethical Halcyon. They cleared the dead from Gorgon's laboratories and repurposed them to aid in the crucial work of solving the colony's nutrition crisis. Gorgon, which had once sown death and destruction across Halcyon, became a source of hope and renewal. The Gorgon Project's final explosive end was bittersweet for Olivia Ambrose. She wandered the colony's fringes alone, searching for others like her who despised the board and meant to destroy them. In time, she found Phineas Wells and his cadre of scientists, and she joined them in their efforts to save Halcyon. For a while, she even knew an uneasy peace. But for all that, Olivia found purpose in Wells' project. She was always haunted by the memory of her daughter, Minnie, who hadn't lived to see the better world they were building. She never did forgive herself for the horror her work had wrought on Halcyon. But she remembered fondly the daring captain who'd put an end to it at last. In spite of everything, the Gorgon asteroid remained a sobering reminder of the potential for progress and disaster in humanity's most ambitious efforts. Your influence shifted Ellie's perspective. She finally admitted, albeit grudgingly, that she just might need other people. Sometimes. With a steady income from the life insurance payouts, she was finally able to afford a ship of her own. She hired a small crew and flew supply missions to communities on the fringe. Some of them were even legal. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. As much as he enjoyed his adventures aboard the Unreliable, the vicar, known as Max, eventually decided that it was time to move on, to live out the life he had sought so long to create. He knew there were many in the colony who carried burdens much worse than the ones he had struggled with, and he devoted himself to easing their suffering wherever he could. He only ever took up arms again to defend the defenseless. Unshackled from a lifetime of striving and fighting the universe and himself, Vicar Maximilian de Soto was finally at peace. Once the matter with the Hope colonists was resolved, Junlei bashfully asked Parvati if she'd like to join her permanently on the Groundbreaker, and Parvati enthusiastically, if somewhat awkwardly, agreed. The stories of her adventures spread across the colony, and Parvati soon found herself the center of attention. Having served as the engineer of a renowned spacecraft, tramp freighters and wildcat miners sought her out by name, and in no time, she was a fixture in the Groundbreaker's mechanical ecosystem. She and Junlei were never far apart. Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, a mercenary outfit of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide, or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories, could find her camping on the trail or clearing an infestation. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He eventually came to terms with his own past and was able to forgive the mistakes of his younger self by devoting his remaining years to serving the colony. In the end, Dr. Wells was able to save every scientist and engineer aboard the Hope. Over the next decade, nearly all of the Hope's remaining colonists were successfully revived. Halcyon saw a period of rapid technological and scientific advancement. Breakthroughs in dietary supplements saved the colony from starvation. Geoengineering projects and social reforms began to change the structure and character of the colony. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Today, Halcyon has stabilized. The people of the colony work hard to adapt to their new circumstances. Nearby colonies send aid and supplies. Life will never be easy in Halcyon, but for the first time in its history, there exists a sense of real, genuine hope about the future. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? Long after Wells passed away, you carried on his work with more energy, determination, and brilliance than he could ever muster. The years that followed were hard, but Halcyon survived by the efforts of the Hope's most promising colonists, the greatest of which was you. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
And that was The Outer Wilds. I needed a game like this. Just the pulling back of a curtain for a bit. It is nice to have a game where a whole lot of, let's face it, real life sort of situations, not with the whole outer space thing and whatnot, where corporations and politics and whatnot feel so much like they are front and center of every single goddamn problem, and being able to do something about it. If anything, this game was extremely cathartic for that. The characters were wonderful, and although I feel like, probably had a little bit of hand-waviness with some of the plot, like the minister, for example, being really quickly buddy-buddy, despite the fact that I murdered all the guards in his place. Like, I'm pretty sure if I went in there properly disguised or whatever, he would have been all like, "Oh, hey, how you doing? What are you doing in my house?" The side quests were fun. The DLC was really damn great, and it had really pulled on that those intrigue strings that I liked the most. It did feel very much like an old like radio serial or something like that, and I dig that a whole hell of a lot. It's a relatively straightforward plot, but again, it doesn't need to be like a million choices or anything like that. I think that's one of the reasons why I'm so glad for this game. If only because it provides all those choices and it provides a lot of catharsis. Combat's relatively simple. If I had one big complaint, it's that there are not enough variation or not enough different looking armor sets, if that makes any sense. Like a good chunk of the armors really were just the same armors recolored differently based on what brands were the ones that were behind them. Tabletop surviving characters for 3+ years of service. Oh my god, their campaigns. That is fantastic. That is fan-goddamn-tastic. God, if I had to choose favorites for the companions, Parv, obviously, probably number 1. Ellie's number 2. Yoka's easily number 3. Ellie's probably my least favorite, if only because she still has that I don't know, No Man's Island something. Max had to grow on me, and honestly I think I like him less at the end of his quest than anything. Although I do like Ellie's quest, if only because, you know, like when I learned that she was from Byzantium, her quest ended up pretty much, her parents ended up quite like what I was expecting. Sam? I don't know, I didn't use Sam all that much, but I don't think he would have had much of opinions on the things we were doing. God, such a damn good game. I poured like 55 hours into this game, and I don't feel bad about any of it at all. There were a lot of points that made me feel a lot of rage. And let's face it, again, a whole lot of catharsis in being able to just take a CEO's head and pop it like a watermelon with a hammer. Just there's a whole lot of that just made me feel so damn good. And I don't know how else to explain it. It's cathartic. And I feel like if I had chosen the other route, the route that, you know, led me more or less to, I'm assuming, associate myself directly with the board, I'd have hated myself. I would probably not have gotten very far into this game. Because there's a whole lot of games that are like, here's the good path, here's the evil path, here's the neutral path. I don't doubt that there is a neutral path to this game, but it does feel like that the two big opposing ones are be a corporal stooge, try to free Halcyon from the corporations. And I don't think I could possibly play, like, there's playing evil games and being like, oh, but I don't want to play an evil game because I'd feel bad for the characters that I hurt in the process. No, for me, it's corpo. It's siding with corporations that intentionally harm people for the sake of a profit, or only see people as cogs in their machine. And it just feels good. It feels good. I want more RPGs that also play like this. Sure, I do think that the armor and weapon upgrade system is a little bit very basic, but I suppose when it comes to a lot of systems where your choice is very much what makes it how you play your character, you can only do so much. It happens with a lot of RPGs. Elder Scrolls in particular, it's very, you have to really try to specialize your character in order to make it something other than, a mage or the warrior, and so on and so forth. So I give it a pass for that, if anything. And I didn't really try out that many weapons and whatnot, but was definitely still satisfying. I want to say that the hammer in this game is slow enough that it still feels like it leaves an impact without feeling like you are useless, if that makes any sort of sense. There's a whole lot of games where you wield a big ass hammer or something, it takes forever just to swing it, and by the time you've swung it, it doesn't feel good. And especially if the weapon is way underleveled. And if I had not modded it so as I had tinkering to be relatively cheap, I would have felt that pain so goddamn hard, it would not have felt good. Oh, again, I feel like they could have used more armors, but maybe there were more armors in the DLCs I just really didn't poke into. Oh man, the references all about the game, I love those. More tabletop characters, more references all about the place. Like they were in there enough, but they were not abrasive. They were not the Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing abrasive, like basically having Gollum with the one ring. No, they were more or less like quotes or punneries that were based off of certain things. And here's one of the great things I do like about how they did the puns in these. They were enough to be pointed out, but they were not enough to ruin the moment or ruin the game. Like, I know that there were references. I don't remember exactly what was referenced or what lines were referenced. And that's a plus to me, because that just means that they made it so as the game itself could hold up on its own. And again, I know that there's a plethora of other ways that you could possibly play this game. I know through watching one YouTuber who does challenge runs, Nurbit, I believe it was, who did a challenge run of can you beat the game while slaying everyone in the Outer Worlds? And, there's the usual caveats of no respawning enemies don't count and so on and so forth. And one of the endings, and they even tell you one of the endings in this, is that you can lead the colony right into the sun. And it's like, okay, that works. And also he had shown how there's also things that affect the way that you play because of how you statted your character. Like if you have a 1 in intelligence, or the equivalency of 1 in your intelligence, you can have completely different dialogues. And I dig that kind of stuff. Such a goddamn good time. I can't even tell you. I love the art direction, which, holy crap, when it comes to a game where it's like, oh, here's like, I don't know, what, 10 or so planets and locations that you can go to? Each one actually felt different, like they were their own environments. The Emerald Vale felt different from the wilds in Fallbrook, I believe, around that area. and each of the towns felt different as well. I'm glad that they also made it so as not all of the NPCs were interactable. Because one of my biggest gripes when it comes to a lot of games is making it so as every goddamn random NPC has a name, has an address, has a phone number. And that if they are not important, and even if they're not important, they will have lines of dialogue. Like, pulling right to their face and being all like, ah yes, the weather is fine today, all bobblehead style and whatnot. I like that they didn't do that. If it is a citizen called citizen, they're not necessarily important. Because it makes it so as the actual characters in the game are the focus. And I know that a lot of, like, again, back to Elder Scrolls, and it's easy to make the comparison because they are Elder Scrolls or Fallout, and it's easy to make that comparison because it is Obsidian. They worked on one of the freaking Fallout games, where every single character was named, and it seemed like every single character had some sort of quest, which also made it rather hard to really care about many of the characters, because you honestly, yeah, you could go about, do every single quest, talk to every single character, but at the same time it also made the world feel very, very small in that regard, if that makes any sense. Like, I would see people, I'd see people out walking around, and it's just, okay, there's people, this is a populated place, not everyone needed to be a thing. It's like walking around a major populated city or something. Everyone has their own thing going on, but not all of it or any of it has to deal with you. And I know that seems like such a weird thing to nyeh about, but it's a thing I'm nyeh about. Where a world feels populated, but everything feels like it has to be a quest. I'm not sure what else to say. This was a damn good time. Damn good game. I had gotten it for nothing through Amazon Prime. Prime Gaming through Twitch and whatnot. And it was a free game on GOG at that point. But I believe at the moment it's relatively cheap. And if you want to get the complete edition, it comes with Peril on Gorgon and Murder on Eridanos. And if you get the Spacer's Choice version, you get all of that. And the max cap of level is 99. Not that I know how the hell you're going to get to level 90 freaking 9. But I could also, you know, be getting lied to by the internet, because that happens every so often. Wonderful game. Great game. A whole lot of everything that I really like about Fallout and Elder Scrolls, and newer Fallout and Elder Scrolls anyways, about the exploration of the world, discovering characters, discovering weird weapons and armor and all that fun stuff. I do feel like the armor variations and abilities, as well as some of the weapon ones, could be a little bit more unique. Other than just, oh, this one is this energy, or this energy. And I do feel like it could have had more of those, more options for armor that feel worth a damn. The skills, oh, and the biggest thing is definitely having not been able to favorite particular weapons or armor. So that shit was always at the risk of accidentally being sold off or something like that. And that always feels terrible when you're trying to sell everything and suddenly, shit, my favorite weapon. And yes, they do have a buyback thing, but if you don't realize that you've sold off your thing, then you're not going to be able to buy it back. Just a few quality of life things, you know? But yeah, that was The Outer Worlds. This was a fantastic game. Solid 8.5 out of 10. I suggest if you can get it, go ahead and get it. If it's on the cheap, all the better. And again, I got mine through Amazon Prime's Prime Gaming thing on Twitch. So if it's still up there, you should be able to get it. And at the least, go ahead and give the DLCs a try. Peril on Gorgon was really interesting and unique. And of course, there's multiple endings, so you can see how those go. Thank you everyone so very much for watching. I hope you're all enjoying this adventure as much as I enjoyed playing through it. If you want to support the channel, just consider dropping a like, commenting, subscribing. All that fun stuff helps out the channel, lets you know whenever the hell I upload anything on this channel, which is currently set to 3 times a day, 6 days a week, because I have it on live. And if you want to support the channel in a financial fashion, I have a ton of links down in the description below. Every little bit helps, keeps a roof over my head, food in my belly, and goes to upgrading my PC and buying video games for the channel whenever I have the extra dosh. Where the hell am I going to go from here? This was such a strong ending. God damn it. Thank you everyone so very much for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next adventure. Take care. Cheers.